Yo, what's up? What's up, beautiful people? How y'all feeling tonight? It's your boy Dennis Garland Jr. and we got my co-host right here, Miss Sandra B. Sandra, what up?
What's up? What's up? It's another Monday, to share with the people. So I'm always excited to talk about, things going on in the industry.
And look, and and as you would say, man, we're gonna keep it hot tonight.
Yes,
We're gonna
all the
keep
time.
it hot. You already know how we do, man. So look, those of y'all who are just now tuning in, uh, make sure you let us know who you are. Tell us where you're from. I'm from the DMV area. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia. Okay, I'm from the Maryland side. I was born in DC, raised in Maryland. So that's where I'm currently at. Sandra, where are you from? Tell the people where you from. Where you
I'm from the 252, baby, over here on the east side of the North Carolinas. Okay.
Okay, 301 right here. You know what I'm saying? 301, Let us know where you're from in the chat, y'all. And look, every first and third Mondays, guys, we are here live and direct on your set right there. Every first and third Mondays, you can catch me and Sandra each and every month, guys. Hey, we may go first, second, third, fourth, fifth, if there's a fifth, Monday or whatever the case may be. But as of right now, we're going first and third, man. So look, make sure y'all tune in. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a family member, tell anybody, right? Tell your hater. Tell them to jump on because look, we keeping it hot here. We got some excellent topics, man. We go over some great things as y'all see right there. We do mindset trainings on all sorts of different things, man. Because again, a lot of people aren't getting exactly what it is that they need, and they're looking for some different things in this industry, be it new or be it a veteran, right? So we're going to go ahead and start now with our mindset because we always kick it off with mindset because we want to make sure that we get our minds right? Because you got to change your mind in order to change your life. So once you see after the video, guys, you already know we're going to discuss it. We're going to talk about it. And hey, in the chat, tell us what you think. If you got questions, if you got comments, you got concerns, you got an opinion, voice it, man. We want to talk. We want to talk to you because, hey, talk to us, we talk back.
You really want me on the team. What's your approach to recruitment?
You want first place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else. Like I would watch Magic play. I'd watch Michael play. And I would see them do these unbelievable things. And I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out.
That's why he's the best player in the game.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
So because you know what you want, the world's giving you exactly the information you 100% to become better at it.
Because you know what you're looking for.
So many guys tell stories about your work ethic.
Yeah.
What was really your work ethic like, and for how long did you stay disciplined?
Well, I mean, every day. Since 20 years. It was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Man, my vertical was a 40, it wasn't a 46 or a 40, 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive. Right? So you got to figure out ways to strengthen them so your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things that you need to do. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast. Right? So I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more. And but I enjoyed it though. So like from the time I can remember when I started watching the game, I studied the game and it just never changed. It's a good separation for me, emotionally, to be able to put myself in a place where at practice or when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else, right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus, Decimus Meridius, and Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt. It's go time, right? So that was my mental switch. It was like an actor getting ready for a film. You got to put yourself in that cage When you're in that cage, you are that character. And then when you leave there, it's something completely different. But when I'm in that cage, bro, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Just leave me alone.
How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't bother you?
Well, it's, you got to look at the reality of the situation. Like for me, it's not, you kind of got to get over yourself. It's not about you, man. Like, oh, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
That's where you go.
Get over yourself, right? Like you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay. Well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games, max, right? Week in between, spaced out, plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short, right? I got to get stronger. I got to train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I got to tailor it for an 82-game season so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with rationale and say, okay, well, the reason why I shot air balls is because my legs aren't there. I go, well, next year they'll be there. That was it.
Done. Were there some names that you looked at and says, these 3 guys are as crazy as I am?
I at the time, I deal with what I've referred to as Goat Mountain. I went to Goat Mountain and I talked to Magic, Michael, Bird, Keem Olajuwon, Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Bill Russell. So I would talk to them. What did you do? What were your experiences? Michael in particular, he's become my big brother. He's been my big brother since I first came in the league. And what was that process like? So I went to them and started understanding the ins and outs of the game and how they approach things and their level of detail and obsessiveness. And that's what I did. The players that had that passion but weren't willing to commit their entire lives to doing that, right? It's a choice, right? You have other things. You have family. You have all these other things that you have to do. The game can't really be your number one priority. And so I was just looking at that like, man, this is going to be fun.
If I'm buddies with you from high school, if I'm a cousin of yours, what happened to our relationship? How did that gravitate when you went into the league and you're determined to become the greatest, or you're determined to become one of the greatest? What happens to our relationship?
Oh, it suffers.
It does suffer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you understood that. You were okay with that.
Well, yeah. And the people that love you, like friends and family, like they know that about you.
Got it.
So they let you be you. And when you reconvene, you pick back up where you left off. But make no mistake about it, everything in between is lost, right? So those long-term relationships, the commitment of time of, taking vacation. Like I see a lot of players take vacations with other players that are close friends. And they'll just take vacations just to take vacations or just hang out, just to hang out. Like I never did that.
Why not though? Why didn't you do that?
Well, because when I retire, I didn't want to have to say, I wish I would have done more. I don't want that. I don't want that. You got a lot of people paying their hard-earned money to come watch you perform. It's your job to be in shape. It's your job to be strong enough to perform at that level every single night. And as a competitor, I'm not ducking shit. Like it's not, oh my God, my back hurts, I'm sore. We got to play Vince Carter and Toronto Raptors tonight. We actually had this happen. We had a game against Toronto in 2000, and Vince was tearing the league up. My back was jacked. But like the perception of that, like what? Kobe's missing the game against Toronto, Vince Carter, because my back was really spasming. But people will be like, what? Oh, he's ducking Vince. Excuse me? No, I don't think so. So I would be in the layup line like, okay, there's a lot of days where you can rest and recover. Today ain't one of them. Your back can bother you any other day. That ain't bothering me today. He gonna have to see me
man.
today. Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
If you're looking at a big investments you got to make, what is the decision making process there? Do you call? Is there first you do your own research? You take this much time. You call an advisor. Is there a system you
No,
follow?
it's pretty simple for me. It's do you understand the business? Is it a business that you can help in some form or fashion? What are the barriers of entry to that business? And then the entrepreneurs themselves, the company itself, right? Do they have a culture that you believe is sustainable? Are these leaders people that you believe in? Are they people that are obsessives? And in turn, have they created a culture of obsessiveness? So I tend to look at those four factors, and that's it.
That's big right there, by the way. I don't know if you guys caught that right there. That's pretty massive right there. Um, Same determination. What's your current work schedule look like today?
It's different because I personally am not writing every word of the novels. I am not animating the films. What I have to do now is make sure that the people that we bring in, these obsessives that we bring in, are challenging themselves to do the best job that they think they can do. That's what I'm there for, is for them to constantly look in the mirror and self-assess and challenge themselves. If we have a project and you're saying, okay, I can do that, that's not the project we want. The projects that say, I don't know if I can animate that. I don't know how to write that story. I don't know how to do that. Those are the things we want, because through that curiosity, you'll reach a level that you didn't think was possible. And so running the studio, that's what I'm doing.
You're playing against the Golden State Warriors. Score is 107-109. You guys are close to getting into the playoffs. You know exactly what happens in the game. You go up, you're about to take your shot, and then all of a sudden, boom,
Yeah.
Achilles happens, right? He went and hit the free throws, and then you walked off the stage.
Yeah.
And you got the surgery done.
Right. I went in the trainer's room, my kids are in there, and they're looking at you and stuff, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, it's all right, Dad's gonna be all right.
Mhm.
It'll be fine. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. As a parent, you gotta set the example. You gotta set the example. This is another obstacle. This obstacle cannot define me. It's not gonna cripple me. It's not gonna be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love. I'm gonna step away on my own terms. And that's when the decision was made that, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You're a freaking beast, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, Kobe Bryant is different. Sandra, go ahead. What you got? What you got? What did you
Man,
say from that?
I mean, he started out, he said, you want to play first place? You want to be first place? Come play with me. You want to be second place? Go play somewhere else. Like, take that mess somewhere else, bro. His mindset, everything was about being better, becoming better. Um, Studying. I mean, he said you can't have passion without the commitment, and that commitment involves making sacrifices. You can't hold on to the people and relationships that will hold you back from going where you're going, because everybody's not on the same path. It don't
Right.
mean you don't love them, don't mean you can't still have them in your life, but they can't take up that time, because he had his mindset on the goal. And I mean, the results showed in the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. you know
Very true.
um then he got into just entrepreneurship, and like he said, and this is something that we talk about in our own, company, industry, about sustainable cultures. You have to have a culture that's sustainable, that people want to join, and find other obsessives. I love that word. He was like, finding people that are obsessed with, constantly self-reflecting and self-evaluating themselves to see where they can become better. Because at the end of the day, it's a you versus you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody else doing their own thing, but you got to focus on making yourself better than who you were yesterday in order to even compete with everybody else. So that's just to sum up. It was a whole lot, but I know you got something to share too. So
No, 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 no. I mean, no. I pretty much, saying pretty much about the same sentiments. When he was like the obsessive. You know what I'm saying? Are you, how, what are you obsessed with? How obsessed are you with, reaching or attaining that goal? And then he was talking about Goat Mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went to go talk to these people. He sought out and seeked wisdom. He seeked counsel. Even in the Bible, in Proverbs, it says, wisdom is the principal thing, but in all that get an understanding. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what he did. He sought out wisdom from the greats. You're talking about everybody he named was a champion.
Yeah.
Everybody's won. Everybody had, a lot of them were MVPs. If not all, I believe all of them might have been league MVP. Not sure about Bill Russell, but he won 11 championships. I mean, hey, so, he didn't just go to just anybody. And he asked them questions. Some of the same questions that we would ask, our mentors. How did you do this? What was the path that you took? And then he would ask them, what were you obsessed with that drove you to get there? Because, obviously with Kobe Bryant, he got the Mamba mentality and everything. What drove him was he was obsessed with something. Even, Michael Jordan, who's my favorite of all time, he was obsessed with winning. Even in The Last Dance, and I've watched that documentary series at least 2 or 3 times. I'm probably gonna watch it again. But like he said, he wanted to win. And if you don't want to play that way, then don't play. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant, he was famous for saying, look, I saw what you did in practice, so I wasn't gonna pass you the ball in the game. You know what I mean? So, he had the right mentality, and I'm just looking at it, even from a standpoint of like, how does it help me? I'm self-reflecting, self-evaluating as he's talking. I'm like, okay, do I have a GOAT mountain? Who do I deem the GOATs of business? And not just in our industry of the wealth creation industry or the financial service industry, man, but just in general, like for marriage, who do I deem like, oh man, they the GOAT. He the GOAT. He the GOAT husband. He the GOAT father. He's the GOAT minister. He's the GOAT musician. He's the GOAT business builder. He's the GOAT relationship, the networker, whatever it is, right? You know what I'm saying? And I just believe, man, just like everything he dropped in it was so many things to pick apart on that. I'm definitely gonna look back at it again. But yeah, man, shout out to Kobe, man. Rest in peace, bro.
Right.
I mean, I was at brunch, man. I remember I was at brunch. It's kind of random, but I was at brunch eating that Blackwall Hitch with a few of my family, man. Shout out to Central Class 02, right? Up in Maryland, right? So we don't get that straight. There's a bunch of Central high schools, but we're talking about Maryland. Okay. Heights, you know what I'm saying? 2002. And we was hanging out, man. We was eating at brunch, and that's when, the tragedy had happened, man. So, but a shout out to him, man, for the the positivity and the Mamba mentality that he left behind for us to be able to absorb that. So look, let's get into it, man. So look, y'all, we're gonna keep it hot. We're gonna keep it hot. So Sandra, look, I'm jumping out the gate with it. Oh, matter of fact, before we even do that, Sandra, can you tell them where they can find us at, on our social media handles and things of that nature?
Definitely. Well, we all over the place, y'all. We on IG, we on Facebook. We got our Facebook group, Drill for Skill. Down there at the bottom, type it in just like that. It should come up and you'll see our faces, up there. You can follow us. We be live up there. We share little clips from, previous recordings. You also can find us on YouTube, and that page is at Drill for Skills with a Z. We had to be a little unique with that because Drill for Skills was already taken. So Don't get it confused. The Drill for Skills on YouTube. If you go ahead and subscribe, you won't have to keep looking for us every week. So subscribe to that. Join the page. We do go live now on both platforms. So you'll be able to watch us wherever you at. Some people might not like YouTube. Then, you follow us there. You'll see our personal pages. I'm your trusted insurance broker on Facebook and on IG, as well as on TikTok. So, Dennis, you can tell them what your page is.
Well, my page is just like you see my name right there, Dennis Garland Jr. on both Facebook and IG. I believe even on TikTok as well, guys. I just kept it simple, man. You know what I mean? Dennis Garland Jr. Holla at me. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah. So again, follow us, and like Sandra said, you subscribe. Hey, you don't have to keep trying to search for us, right? Look no further. We are here, and we ain't going nowhere. Right. So look, let's keep it hot, man. So the first topic, right? And this is a topic that gets a little dicey, right? Very touchy. I mean, you talking about, man, I've seen people almost, come to blows, fist to cuffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my company's this. Oh, my company is that. Your company is whack. You ain't got it like that. Right? So, so when you're recruiting people and building a team, right? A lot of people are like, well, who do I go with? I talk to this person from this company. I talk to this person from that company, right? I mean, so Sandra, so you, right? Mm-hmm. Are you with the right IMO, right? Not talking about you right now, but I'm just saying, like, how does the person know, or what should they be looking for to know that, hey, I am with the right IMO, or I'm trying to decide between this one, right? So what's your take on that?
Well, I will say, finding the right IMO, you may not get it on the first try. It depends on how you come into this industry. I got into this industry because of someone that I knew, so I just did what she did. She was with a company. I signed up with that company. She said it was the best company. I was screaming it was the best company. So, after being there for a while, I wasn't being successful, and I can't say, well, I could say I wasn't being successful because I didn't have the products I needed to help, the right kind of people, or to help more people. I was limited. Comp was low. And I just wasn't successful. So after a while, I was questioning, like, okay, I want to do something else. She went to another company. I kind of fell back. And then she got into another company. She always kept her arms open. Wherever she went, she wanted me to go with her. So I followed her again. This company was better. I was able to cover anybody. But because I was not seasoned or experienced, I only know what I knew. A lot of people, we get into it our first time and we think, or we believe that our company is the best. Which you should, because you joined it. Stand on your business, okay? I ain't trying to tell you otherwise. But again, I found out that there was other options. So I explored and I took a step on my own without following somebody, because although she was being successful, I was not. So I believe every company works. It just depends on what you want to do. I get bored quick. I don't want to sell one product to everybody. Like that's not fun for me. And I don't feel like it's fair to my clients. All clients don't need one product, so I need variety.
Okay, but so what does that mean? Like, you need variety? You need, what do you need? Do you need car insurance? Do you need,
different types of
products? Break it down just a little bit further.
All right. So my first company only sold term. They scream buy term, invest the difference. And we can speak freely up here. So I'll start off with Primerica. Nothing against them.
Hold on. Okay.
I started out with I started out with Primerica. And I'm not going to say they're bad. It just wasn't for me.
Okay.
I learned a lot about how money works. Now, this is my third IMO, the one that I'm with now. But if it wasn't for the other two, I wouldn't have probably appreciated this. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how money works with Primerica, buy term, invest the rest. I didn't qualify for a term. So right then I was like, okay, how am I supposed to sell this stuff? I don't even qualify because I was overweight. So I quickly learned, went somewhere else. Then I was with, okay, mom number 2, senior life all your life. Senior life for life, whatever they was
Okay, go ahead.
Great company. Again, they could cover anybody, but I come to find out that they covered everybody, but their prices were too high. So I wanted to get more into, and it was focused on final expense. There were other things that I was told I can do getting my life insurance license. And I had a hard time tapping into what they call the advanced market systems, or with the annuities and the IULs and stuff, because everybody not looking for burial insurance. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like burial insurance, hey, it's burial. You can't get no more than 40,000, but if you healthy, you qualify for something better, you can get more coverage for your money. You can get more living benefits. The plans do the same thing. So why overpay for it? So I wanted to be able to serve more than just people looking for final expense. And that's how I got with who I'm with now, which is Family First Life. And I feel like I found my home. This has been the best IMO for me. And as long as Sandra's happy, Sandra don't have to look nowhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Don't look no further. No, I'm talking about. Don't look no further. So like you were saying, if somebody was to ask me, Dennis, I'm looking for an IMO, I'm looking for a company to get with. And ladies and gentlemen, please forgive me. We didn't tell you what IMO means. For those who are looking cross-eyed, like,
what's the IMO?
What is that? IMO, IMO is an independent marketing organization, right? Okay. Not to be confused with an MLM.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Not to be confused with that. And look, I have nothing against MLMs. Let me just say that. I have nothing against MLMs. Why? Because they make money. MLMs do great with recruiting, with building networks, right? Because life is about networking, right? You got to cast the net in order to work whatever you catch within it. That's how a network works, right? Just like when fishermen go fish. They throw the net out to catch what they can get in it so they can work it,
right.
Get the fish up, whatever, sell it, whatever, make some money, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Anyway, what should you look for in an IMO? Well, I'm glad I asked that question.
Somebody else asked it. We just can't hear them. That's
right. Yeah, there you go. Somebody did, right? So
everybody asked it.
Yeah. So what you should look for is, one, can I build a business here? Right? Because the reason why you took the conversation with the person who presented the opportunity with you is because you're looking to fill a void in your bank account. Let's be honest, right? You're looking to fill a void in the legacy that you're trying to build. You don't have the means or the legacy at this point to really build it the way that you would like to build it, right? And that's totally fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I would say, can I build a business here? I.e., meaning, can I build a team, right? So can I be able to give other people an opportunity and expose them to this opportunity to be able to help them reach their goals as well? That's number one. Can I do that? Number two, what is the culture like? Culture is important. Culture is important, guys. The reason why culture is important is because you want to see that people are excited. People love what they are doing. You're not just around a bunch of deadbeats, around a bunch of people who don't like the business that they're in. I mean, think about it. When you worked the 9 to 5 and you was around grumpy, disgruntled employees, guess what? It brought your mood down. So now when you're around the water cooler, having water cooler talk, oh, this person is this person is that, and I don't really bang with this person, I don't like that. Guess what? Now you become negative. You're like, yeah, you know what, man? Yeah, I don't like that either, man. You know what? Their breath was stinging last time they was talking to me, and it kind of threw me off. Yeah, you get real negative just about anything, right? So what is the culture, right? Is it a thriving environment? Can I bring people into this environment and they feel the heat because so many people is on fire in this environment, right? Can I catch fire by joining this environment? So I want to, and not only the environment, right? Do they have the right leadership within the environment, right? Do they have all the things necessary for me to be able to grow, not just myself, but also grow a team here, grow a business here? Compensation. What does the comp structure look like? Is it structured for me to win, or is it structured for me to meet my end? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Okay. Can I absolutely win here with the compensation structure, right? So now we're talking about, okay, right, growth. Okay, when I first initially get in, okay, what does that structure look like? Is it an and compensation, or is it or compensation? Meaning I have to do this and I have to do this in order to move up the ladder. Or, okay, like for example, do I got to recruit and do this much amount of premium in order for me to move up the ladder? Because let's face it, guys, I know I talked about building business because that's what I want to do. But everybody that Sandra recruits, everybody that I recruit does not want to build a big business like me and her. They just don't want to do it. Let's be honest. Some people just want to get in. They want to be able to put their head down, put their hand to the plow, and just start working. And that's fine, right? You need all sorts of people on the team. You need people who are excited. You need people who are hard workers. You need people who are tree huggers. I mean, you need people who love security. You know, you need the whole shebang. So is it an or compensation? Meaning, when I come in, can I work by myself? Don't need to rely on the team in order for me to move up the comp structure ladder? Or I can continue to move up by myself and I can build a team right along with that. Is it a builder's model and a producer's model, or is it just straight a builder's model? Those are the things that you really need to look at. Also, you need to look at the longevity of the company. Okay, how long has the company been around? And the trajectory of their business. Is it like a wave? You know what I mean? Like, you know, waves go like this, right? They go up, right? Before the wave comes crashing on you, they go up, right? So you want to follow the wave, right? Follow the wave, follow the wave. You want to follow the wave. Is the wave going up? Is there something that says, okay, cool. The first year they did this, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, they doing this, right? Are they trending in the right direction? That's what you want to know. Like Sandra B mentioned earlier, the products, what do those look like? What companies are they partnered with? Right? Can I get into more than one section or sector of this industry? Because she mentioned final expense. Okay, there's companies that do just straight final expense. That's it. There's companies that do only term. That's it. There's companies that do only whole life, and that's it. There's companies that do only mutual funds, and that's it. There's companies that do only annuities, and that's it. Does this company have other companies that will allow me to really find my niche or my niche within this industry? And those are the things that you really want to look at, right? How long have they been around? Are they continuing to do that? You know, the company I came from, Primerica, right? Awesome company. Love Primerica, right? No longer with Primerica, but I love a lot what I learned. Just like Sandra, I learned how money works, right? I learned how to build a team there. I did. There's a lot of things that I learned. That I won some trips, was able to be around some people who are in Goat Mountain, in Primerica, and had a great experience, man. Even seeing people who look like me in my community, man, really thriving at a very, very high level, guys. Right now, I left because I realized that there were other things in this insurance industry that I could do. They were just like people, like Sandra said, there were people that, you know, now of course, you know, Primerica has other products besides just term. I mean, as far as what they sell, right? It's not just, you know, they do term, but as far as insurance, it's just term. Then they have mutual funds. They do annuities. They have car insurance. They do mortgage loans, I believe, still something like that. And a gamut of other different products, right? And that's fine. But for me, Okay, cool. I'm doing insurance. I want to be able to help people in many different facets, right? So I want to become independent. I didn't want to be captive no more. I just didn't want to be captive. That's it. Period, point blank, right? Because everybody didn't qualify for term. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, right? Which really turns into be good news, is that everybody does not qualify for term life insurance. They just don't qualify. They just don't, right? And so, now I'm able to help everybody, anyone from the age of 0 to 89 years of age. Doesn't matter, right? I'm 40, I'm healthy, but I have friends who are my age, maybe even a little bit younger, who unfortunately, they're not in the best of health. If I was still with a company that only sold term, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to help them. And I get it. Everybody has their niche, guys, and I say that to say there's nothing wrong with a company like Primerica who just only does term, buy term, and invest the difference. That's their concept. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a company like a Lincoln Heritage or a Senior Life or whatever that they just focus on final expense, right? There's nothing wrong with companies like an Experian or Symmetric or Innovation and PHP and whoever else, right? Because everybody has a niche. And I say that to say, you just got to find out what works best for you. I'm with Family First Life, baby. I love it here. I love it. I don't need to down no other IMO and say this IMO's trash and da-da-da-da-da. I ain't got to do that. Because at the end of the day, there's successful people in each of these IMOs. The question is, are you going to do what it takes to be successful in said IMO? And another thing I would look at is the person that I'm working with. Do I believe this person can put me in position to help take me to the next level in this industry? Are they connected with people who can move me up? Because hey, somebody might just be what they call a idiot on fire. They might just be like, oh man, look, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, man. I'm in the best opportunity, man. I want to present this information. And look, and they so excited and so hype about it, and they got credibility, and you're like, man, shoot, I'm excited too. I mean, can I sign up now? I mean, how do I do that? God bless you. How do I do that? So, right. You get what I'm saying? So, are they connected with somebody that even if you don't know, you don't have all the information, you don't have all the resources, can you connect me with somebody who can take me to the next level? So I know that's a little long-winded, but I mean, this a big topic, right? So I mean, like, but why did you make the jump? Like, what made you say FFL? Like, what made you do that?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, because like even before that's what I was going to say. Like above anything else, when choosing the IMO, like because when I first got into the industry, I knew nothing. I didn't know that I wanted to build. I didn't know. So you don't know those questions to ask when you first get into it. But as you talk to more people, see more things, you want to branch out. And some people don't. But what drew me to FFL before I got to FFL, people from FFL were trying to recruit me. And I was like, nah, like they was just like, they was just trying to get you. Like, y'all too thirsty. Just like if a guy trying to holler, you thirsty, it's a turn off, So I didn't like it. I got into some groups because I was just simply asking questions about the IULs and stuff. I wanted to understand it. And where I was at, I felt like, you're trying to get into a sorority or, for the guys, a fraternity. I'm like, I got to go through too much to write something that y'all said I was licensed to do. Nobody really just let the information. They wasn't sharing the information. So Brian Campbell, big shout outs to Brian Campbell. He was answering my questions in this Facebook group about insurance, and he was answering them freely. He wasn't trying to recruit me. He was just simply being helpful. He was showing himself to be a resource. And then he was like, we could have this conversation in the inbox. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, cool. So we talked, and before I knew it, I'm like, yo, where you learn this stuff at? And he told me who he was with. And I was like, stop lying. Like, this is not how FFL agents act, And he was like, no, he said, well, it's different. Again, the culture. You know, FFL is a very, I believe we are the largest IMO. A lot of people say, you know, they're the fastest growing, they're the fastest, FFL is huge. And because we are independent, there are so many different cultures within FFL. But the agency that we are with, shout out to Mark Tarolia, you know, the chosen ones, because that's who we are under, aka, you know, the coach. His agency is different. And if it wasn't for Brian being so helpful, because I recruited myself, you know, I asked him where he was at. He told me, I was like, well, how can I learn? Then he told me that they were not captive. I didn't know what that meant. I had already been through 2 IMOs. I was still with the second one, which was Senior Life. I was like, what you mean not captive? And he was like, well, you can work with us. And you know, you ain't got to worry. I was like, what? I can add them on. But when I added them on, Senior Life didn't like that. So, you know, but that's how I ended up over here because the training was available. The culture was there. That was very welcoming. Everybody genuinely acts like they want to see you win, and they show they really put, you know, they practice what they preach, man. They take you under their wing and they show you the ropes. So that's why I'm here. And that's why I don't feel like I'm going nowhere.
Hey, I get it, man. I absolutely get it. And for me, you know, I had learned some incorrect ways, you know, about insurance, like how that whole life works like this. This is a scam. This is terrible, and this is bad, right? And now you shouldn't go over there. You know what I mean? They're not selling the right stuff, and so forth and so on. And the reality of it is, man, at the end of the day, if we're talking about life insurance, right, and we're just gonna keep it basic, real surface. What matters is the policy that's on the books when that person dies. I don't care if it's term. I don't care if it's whole life. I don't care if it's my life in the sunshine. It matters what's on the books, okay? At the end of the day, okay? At the end of the day, everybody is not qualified for term. They just don't. Term's a great product in the terms of mortgage protection, replacing your income, being able to get the most death benefit for the lowest cost, things of that nature. But even then, all term is not created equal. Just like all IULs aren't created equal, all whole life isn't created equal, all mutual funds aren't created equal, right? All IMOs are not created equal, right? But we're gonna leave it there. So the next thing, right, man, that comes up a lot, man, is what is fake comp?
That's what I was about to say. Look, I got an FFM because the comp won't bad either.
Hey, let's talk about it.
Just keep it hot. The comp won't bad. I hear a lot of people say we have fake comp, and I understand where that come from because a lot of people come from writing one type of product. I hear feedback. So, you know, I came from a company where I was told I was at a certain percentage, but nothing I wrote with this one company paid me out at that percentage. Now, for me, I won't say it's fake comp. I'll say it's a misunderstood comp because I didn't read the contract. Because different products pay out at a different, you know, rate. But at FFL, we have access to so many carriers, and the way that it works is Family First Life. They ask each company to match as close as they can to what they want. If they say you're at 100% comp, do we asking every carrier to match that? Is every carrier going to match that? No, but they're going to get close to it, very close. And because we are the largest, FFL is responsible for doing the most business with these carriers. So we're going to get paid the top comp because we have more agents writing their business. So what you had to say about fake comp? Because I can rant on this.
No, man. I was gonna let you do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so like when it comes down to products, you know, we have different products. We have final expense products. We have term products. We have whole life. We have IULs. We have, you know, annuities. So when you think about it, term life insurance is based off of risk. Okay, so if you're at 100% comp, you write a term policy. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get paid 100% comp. Okay, ain't gonna get into the breakdown of the 9 month advance, all of that. We'll get into that another time. But 100% comp, because that person is pretty much expected to probably outlive the policy, because you only got the term for a temporary amount of time, which is term is temporary. So versus a whole life policy, somebody might be a little sick. They may have a graded policy, meaning they got a little bit more health issues going on. So they're a little risky. The company don't know how long that person going to live. They might not live 20, 30 years. So your comp might not be 100. It might be 90%. You know, what the heck is 10%? People, now I'm about to get into people in their feelings, but we're going to stick with the comp.
Look, you're going to keep it high. I mean, look, no, I ain't, don't
because people like to say what really irks my nerves, or should I say vex my spirit, is people have so many opinions about a company that they never worked for, and they probably just got into the industry, never worked for nothing but one IMO or MLM, and they have so much to say about a company that they know nothing about based off of other people's experience or opinions. Everybody's experience is different. You know how it is. You might date a guy or a girl. Whoever dated them before probably said it was a crappy boyfriend, crappy girlfriend. But when you was with them, it was a complete different experience. It's the same thing with these IMOs and MLMs. You just have to be connected with the right person. You have to be at a certain mindset. When I got licensed in 2016, I wasn't ready for FFL. I wouldn't have been nowhere. My mindset wasn't going to be there for building. It wasn't going to be there for trying to learn all the carriers, because I wanted to kiss. I wanted to keep it simple, stupid. Okay. Give me one product. Let me learn it. Let me make my money before, so it's reasons for every company, and you just have to really find what works for you. And when you're ready to move on, then move on. Like, don't be so loyal to the person that brought you into the industry, because that person might not be the person to take you to the next level. At some point, you might have to separate. Ain't no love lost. Right. I'm loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? My uplines ain't paying my bills.
They sure ain't.
You know what I'm saying? I love them. They've been supportive. They're resourceful. And I just hope that, when you're in this industry, you just find somebody that you trust, that's going to be transparent with you, and they're not just looking to build because they advance or they get promoted based off how many people that they have.
Exactly.
It's not like that.
You know what? And not to cut you off, but that's a main thing right there. When people bring other people in, can the other people that come in win too? Can they win too? Is it just set up for, you bringing me in here, and the comp ain't really structured right for the people that comes in? That's why I do love FFL, because of the how it was built. You know what I'm saying? Sean Mike said, hey, look, if it's good for the client, it has to be good for the agent. It can't just be only good for the client and the agent suffers, or it's just only good for the agent and then the client suffers. It has to be good for everybody overall.
You right. It has to be a win-win. Not to cut you off, but we got somebody asking a question.
What's the question?
Someone asked me, what's a leader that switched to 3 IMOs in 1 year? 3 IMOs in 1 year. To me, it sounds like a quitter.
They're not a leader, they're just a confused agent. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If you're switching to 3 IMOs in 1 year, one thing I've learned in this business, right? One thing I learned in this business, and they said there's more that you need to learn about yourself than you actually need to learn about the products. That you actually need to learn about how the business actually functions. You got to learn more about yourself. So with that being said, what is it within? Lauryn Hill said it best. How you gonna win if you ain't right within?
Right within. How you gonna win when you ain't right within?
Come again. in church, what they say is sit yourself down if you ain't right. Okay, sit yourself down if you ain't right. Okay,
Take several seats, sir, ma'am.
yeah, take a several seats, man. I mean, it's a confused leader. It's a confused leader because
And on the other hand,
yeah. What you about to say? Go ahead.
on the other hand, it doesn't mean that they're not a leader.
Right.
Se.
That's right.
Because I also respect people that can figure out quickly that something is not right for them. You know, so it just depends on that person. I don't know that person, but I wouldn't, if I didn't know that person and they told me they've been 3 different companies in a year and they're trying to recruit me, you're not stable, and I'm not trying to be running through companies or you bring me over here. That's what happened with my, let me shut up.
Look, man, you gonna keep it out, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in right here. So, I know we was talking about fake comp and everything, right?
Right.
And I get it, right? Here's the thing, guys. When people talk about fake comp and this ain't real and that ain't real, and you're not gonna get, just like Sandra said, okay. The reality of it is let's put on our business hat for a second, right? We got a hat. I just put on my business hat. Okay, I'm an insurance carrier, right? Let's look at the facts. Term, 97% of people outlive their term policy. So what does that mean? Only 3% of people die. So term makes insurance companies a lot of money. Low cost, high value, and death benefit. Okay. I don't mind paying you that because a lot of people are going to buy a term. Because once they see how much death benefit that they can get for the lowest cost, guess what they're going to do? They're going to jump on it, which makes sense. I have term. Okay, guys, I have term. Nothing wrong with it, right? Then you have term that pays people back, right? Cashback option, right? Or return a premium. Some people say, well, it's overpaying for insurance. Okay, well, let's look at this too. It's like a savings account, except for if I die too soon, my family is going to get paid out a lot of money. So I'm paying $100 a year, a month, $100 a month. And at the end of the 30 years, I'm going to get, I don't know, let's say, what is that, 1,200 times 30? I don't know what the math on that is, guys. But you can do the math on it for me, right? If I want to get all that money back, how much?
$36,000.
$36,000. Okay, so I'm gonna get $36,000 back cash, no taxes.
No taxes.
Sounds pretty attractive to me. So if I die, right? Okay, let's say I die before that time and I got a $200,000 policy. My family's gonna get $200,000 versus just getting $20,000 or $10,000 that I saved up. Let's do the math on that. So guess what I'm gonna do for the agent? I want to pay them more because this product is a great product. It's not gonna last too long. It's only for a certain term of time. So I'm gonna make sure I pay them good. Okay. Final expense, right? The payout on the death benefit is not that high, and it lasts forever. It lasts till you're 100 years old. So let's think about that. If you hold on to your policy for the rest of your life, most likely you're never going to outlive it. You know what, Sandra? I did a statistic, and I'm gonna look it up again. Okay. How many people are over 100 years old in the U.S.? And we're just U.S. They said there's 89,739 centurions. Up against approximately 336,997,624 people in the U.S.
What's that percentage?
It's not even 1%. Think about it. 336 million compared to 89,000. So where am I going with this, Dennis? I'm glad you asked. Where I'm going with is you're most likely not going to outlive your whole life policy. So guess what? The company's going to have to pay out. Right. So yeah, I might not pay as much on the final expense because if they end up keeping it, we're going to have to pay this lump sum of money. Does that not make sense? So All products are not created equal, guys. Or they're just not. And there's an array of different other reasons as to why term may pay out more. This specific type of term may pay out more than this final expense, or this IUL pays out more than this whole life dividend policy, so forth and so on. But the reality of it is, all products don't cost the same. Does a cheeseburger cost the same as a chicken sandwich?
Nope. Hey, a cheeseburger don't cost the same. If you can go to a different place, you're gonna pay more for a cheeseburger.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So think about it, right? Is a large fry the same price as a small fry? No. Just like if I have a 30-year term compared to a 10-year term, are you going to pay me the same compensation on a 30-year and a 10-year? No, you're not. So is that fake compensation?
The same either.
Exactly my point. So when people talk about fake compensation and all of that, that's why I said at the beginning, it's so important to find your niche.
Right.
Find your niche and tell the haters capiche.
Find your niche, tell the haters capiche.
That's it.
I could always depend on you to drop some drop some bars.
That's God. Look, 90% of the time, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but what I'm saying is on the fake comp, man. Like Sandra said, before you start calling things fake comp, how about you? Like, as I said earlier in Proverbs, it says, "Get in all that getting, get an understanding. Understand how things work at the company. Ask questions. Okay, if I write this product, if I write with this company, if this is that, okay, cool, thank you, I got it. Make your decision from there. Because again, I started out in the industry at 25%. Okay, if I never built a team, I wasn't thinking about recruiting. I wasn't taught how to recruit and all those different things. Guess what? How can I feed a family on 25%? Like that's extremely hard. That's true. And there's other different parameters that would have, kind of, stifle me not to really get to that point. But what I'm saying is that the main point is 25%. Again, FFL is putting people in the best position. I mean, Sean Mike said it best. He said, I wanted to create a company that created the insurance agents and brokers with the biggest purses and pockets. I mean, that sounds like a place I want to be. Let's just be honest, right?
And he was an agent. You know what I'm saying? Like he was. That's the best thing about it. So he knows the business. Exactly. He's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman. This was created for agents by agents, and he wanted his agents to have the biggest bank accounts in America by doing the best for their clients. So he ain't just putting us first. I said, he has a setup for a win-win situation. So witness this man. Sean Mike, if you've never seen him, he's a beast now, and he is like zero filter. Like he will have the companies on stage, and he will call them out. Hey, this company is offering a free trip somewhere or some type of bonus. What you gonna do? And they're forced to have to match it because why? They want the business because Family First Life has the most agents doing the most business with them. And so they're going to. So on top of us getting paid such a wonderful comp over here, whatever you want to call it, fake, whatever. And y'all worried about people comps being dropped. I don't know what y'all comp is. I don't know if you're writing anything to even be worried about comps being dropped. But anyway, instead of just on top of our comp, we also get bonuses. Like we get paid.
That's another thing. The structure.
The structure is just insane. We get free all expense. We're trying to win this free cruise now. When is it, in May? June?
June, at the end of June.
That's from FFL. So that's FFL, right? That's not one of the carriers.
No. That FFL's throwing it. But also we'll add this in there too. These companies also have their own separate trips that you can win. So really, with over about 20, 25 companies, something like that we have that we're contracted with, right? A-rated, A+ rated companies. You can go on a trip, I mean, at least 4, 5, 6 times a year if you so desire to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this competition with this company. I'm going to do this competition with this company. I'm going to do this competition with this company. I'm going to do this. You can do whatever you like. You can do whatever, or you can have whatever you like, right?
Whatever you want. Like, whatever.
Right. Exactly. So, You know what I mean? When people come to you with that fake comp stuff, man, look, the reality is you gotta fact find, right? Just like how we do with clients. You gotta fact find. You're right.
Right.
And you gotta seek out the truth. Right. Okay.
Right.
So what do you mean by fake comp? Like how does that work? I didn't know that, when the money hit my account that it was fake.
That's all. Like, ain't nothing fake about these deposits, baby.
That doesn't even make sense.
Take that to the bank.
It doesn't even make sense. I mean, I have an email that says do not reply at this company. Do not reply at this company.
Right.
Gotta make it make sense. What did I say earlier? If you don't once you find your niche, tell those haters capiche. All right.
you got to post that one. But I was going to say about the bonuses. The good thing is a lot of people also say that FFL pushes you to write for a specific carrier. That's not true either, because if that was the case, okay, like with FFL having its own bonus, that means all your business combined goes towards that free trip that Family First Life is offering.
Absolutely.
On top of the carriers, because some people do have their favorite carriers, which you're entitled to do that. So let's say you want to go for I'll use America for example, so everybody say that's the carrier that FFL pushes everybody to write for. Well, they can't tell you who to write for because we have our own contracts with all the carriers to write whatever we want to write. But if you want to go for the bonus with America, you might hit that, and you still gonna hit the one for FFL. And the trip not gonna be on the same day, so you don't have to choose which one. You get to take both trips. Like it don't get no better than that. I mean, it just don't. You set up the win over here. Not saying that you're not at your company, but all I can do is talk about where I'm at and where I've been. Because what I'm not gonna do is bash another company to make this one look good. We just sharing facts. Because a lot of y'all want to know, but y'all don't be asking the people that's in the company. Y'all rather go listen to rumors and stuff. We just be trying to clear up some things for y'all without saying much.
No, you're right. Because here's the thing, man. There was people don't know what they don't know, and I was in that boat two years ago, but pretty much about just almost exact this month, two years ago, right? 2 years ago. Well, I didn't know what I didn't know. I just didn't. The whole time I'm side hating, and I'm not even a hater. So I'm just like, I'm not a hater, but I'm side hating. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, that joint ain't gonna rock. They ain't lasting. Boom, boom, boom. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yada, yada, yada. But then I did what? I got some understanding. I said, okay, hey, look, let's talk, bro. Like, how's this working? How you doing that? I know we was over here rocking together, growing up in the business. Okay, I see you over there, you rocking. Okay, can you dispel some urban legends for me, some myths? I mean, can you let me know? You know what I'm saying? Can you get me the inside on the inside? You know what I'm saying? And information changes the situation. Mm. If you don't know what you don't know, because you're not getting an understanding, and all that get an understanding, because wisdom is the principal thing, right? So once you learn, then it's like, oh, okay, you know what? This makes sense now. You know what? I can see myself over here doing this because I really want to move in this direction. I want to move towards, helping people in retirement. I want to move in this direction, helping people build a nest egg without having to lose any money in the market, right? We get market upside, but with downside protection. I want to be able to, help people, 10x their income. Replace their income, build generational wealth. I want to help people, put living trust and living wills and different things and that things in nature. I want to help people, with burial insurance, right? I want to help the seniors, right? You can do all of that,
right?
But you got to find out what absolutely works for you and just stop listening to a bunch of the chatter, because people just be out here rapping and it be throwing me off. It just be throwing me off. So the next hot topic, guys, what to expect from your upline. Dun, da, da, da. I wish I had my keyboard on right now, but I'll play something, right? But what to expect from your upline? So Sandra, okay, I'm a new agent, right? I'm coming on the team, right? And I'm asking this question, not necessarily like what could a person expect from you? I mean, you could get that opinion, but let's just say, an upline, what should a person expect from their upline? What should they expect them to do, not to do? Like break that down.
Well, I mean, and I can only speak from how, because I am an upline. You know, we both are upline. So, and I'm only going to do what I would expect from my upline. So that's first and foremost. I'm that upline that I want to have. And so, all in all, it's my job to introduce you to the industry, to the opportunity. I'm very transparent about the opportunity, and to connect you with the resources that you need to be successful in this, opportunity. I have team meetings for you to plug into. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am there for you when you need me, but you have to do your part as well. But I'm gonna stick with the upline. So yeah, be a resource, be that connection to the opportunity, and I mean that's pretty much it.
Well,
Help train you.
So look, we know people say, well, I mean, my upline ain't really doing much for me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I left. You know what I mean? Like they just wasn't there. Like what? So what? When somebody says that, I mean, what does that say to you? Like they just wasn't there for me.
I have to ask more questions. Then, like, that's when it comes down to what do the upline expect as from the agent? Some agents come into this business and they think that the upline is supposed to like hold your hand. Okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, I mean, some people might could do that, but that's that person that probably don't have too much going on, or maybe they got their agency built and they have nothing but time to sit with you one-on-one all the time. But in all actuality, joining this industry with FFL, you're joining to be a business owner. So you have to show me some independent. You got to be independent. If I show you where to go to learn this, you should be learning, and you should only be calling me to ask me questions or get clarity about something. Yeah. I don't like when an agent calls me asking me, okay, well, who can I write this? I got this. She got diabetic. Who takes diabetic people? We have toolkits. I done sent you the link to save to get the discount on this. You can get a quote for free if you get on live dials. Like after I've given you the resources and you asking me questions about what I've already given you, you're showing me that I'm wasting my time, and you're showing me that you're not taking this seriously. You're not going to go get a job and go through training and not learn how to do the job. And I've been a manager in a restaurant now. Now,
go ahead.
What really irks my nerves is people will go and do something stupid, just stupid, instead of asking me. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, they'll say something like, well, I didn't want to bother you. Well, I wish the agents felt like, I mean, now if you brand spanking new, I mean, it's kind of like it's a person by person type thing at the end of the day. But most of the time, if I take you on my team or I decide to partner with you, we're going to have a conversation. And for me, my evaluation of you starts from when you reached out to me, how you reached out to me, how you saw through meeting with the appointment. You're going to tell me what you want to do. So the business is going to be ran. I'm going to train you based off of what you said you wanted to do. And all I need for you to do at that point is to show up and do what you said. And if you do what you said, you're going to hit what you're going to hit. But a lot of people give up quickly because they want the upline to do the work. I don't make money off of you. First of all, let's make that clear, okay? If you're not doing any business, my money don't come from you. And even when you do the business, it don't come from you. The company cuts me a little separate check. So while y'all expectations be for us to really just do everything for you, I had to learn. It took me years to get to where I'm at. Not because I didn't have a good upline. I had a great upline everywhere I went. Mm-hmm. She showed me the ropes. But if I called her with something stupid, she's going to tell me, it's in your email. I already sent this to you. Same way we end up thinking we got fake comps because we didn't read the contract. You have to read. If you don't know how to read, put it in the computer and get Google to read it out loud to you. Like, there's just no excuse. I partner with grown people that should at least know how to read and write. And if you know how to read and write, there's no excuse to why you can't really be successful in this business if that's what you want.
Right. No, I absolutely agree.
Now I used to be that upline that babysitting. Now I tell you, but I come a long way because what happens is when I'm babysitting my agents, neither one of us are making money. You know, because we're spending too much time going over stuff that you could be learning in your spare time, not during time where I should be working or you should be working.
Right. Business, working in your business hours versus working on your business.
Right. Focusing on their income producing activities. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I think, you know, what somebody should expect from their upline is exposure, right? One,
Right.
exposure, right? When I'm talking about exposure, that they're going to expose you to what the industry can absolutely do and how the industry can change your life, right? And it should be things that's on the up and up, right? Because there's things that you can do in this business, right, that really, you know, can get very risky.
Right.
It can get risky. But you want to be, that's why being with the right person, somebody with integrity, somebody who believes in, you know, doing things right and believes in teaching you the right way is very important, right? Someone who is knowledgeable, right? Your upline should be, you should expect that this person is knowledgeable. Again, if the person who brought you in isn't that knowledgeable, but they were just very on fire, you know, for the opportunity and the information that they learned, and they just couldn't keep it to themselves. And they said, "Hey, look, I got to share the information with you." Cool, but they're going to direct you to, again, the upline again. So they might be the person that brings you in, but the true upline is the one that you can actually learn from, right? That's above both of you all, right? And I don't, me personally, I don't really like to announce myself as somebody's upline. I know that's that's the lingo. You know, we're business partners, right? And I know you feel the same way. If we talk about upline, because that's what people are going to attach.
That's what everybody knows.
That's what we know, right? Exposure, knowledge. This person also has to be resourceful. How resourceful are you, right? Like you said, okay, I'm trying to be able to quote people correctly. I want to make sure that I'm put them in the right product, not just really guess on top of my head because I may not know. Here's something called insurance toolkits. All right. Here's another tool that you can be able to use that'll help you do this. Oh, here's a Slack group that you can go in there and you can ask the underwriting genie, or you can go on live dials, right? And you can ask within that community, you know, hey, how does that work, right? There's a genie, there's a person that has the tools and the resources to be able to help you, okay? Height, weight, all of those different things, medication, health, conditions, so forth and so on. They'll get all that information from you to be able to help you, right? So exposure, knowledgeable, resources. Also, does this person actually care about the people within the team? Or do they only want to just line up their pockets? Because see, here's one thing that I learned. People, it's very hard for people to really champion you and celebrate you when they no longer benefit from you. It's very hard. Only a handful of people can actually be very happy for you when they no longer benefit from you. Does this person really have your best interest at heart? If you no longer want to be on the team, you no longer want to be there, whatever, will they say, hey, cool, look, I understand, man, appreciate you being here, man. Hey, I support you wherever you go. Don't, you know, especially if you're leaving on good terms, if you're not leaving that person in debt and all those different things like that, or whatever the case, or, you know, at least maybe you clear it up or whatever, you know, when it's brought to your front door or whatever, okay, cool. But if you leaving wrong, you leave bad, all right, okay, yeah, they probably won't actually come back.
Right.
Hey, I won't even.
It's about relationship.
Yeah, it's all about relationship at the end of the day. The actual relationship that you build. Now, you got to really inspect the relationship. Is this relationship really based on the fact that I'm here and you are making some money from my business? Now, not my business meaning that they take a piece of my money to give to you, because that's not how it works, right? That's not how it works. Companies pay you separately, you know, based from, you know, your team's production, which is great because guess what? You can do the same. You can build a team and you can get paid off your team's production as well. So it's not just the upline. And one thing I've always said was, I am the upline. You have
Right.
to get to a point where you are in your business and you say to yourself, hey, you know what? I thank you for bringing me into the business. I really appreciate all the information, the knowledge, and the time that you spent with me to give it to you. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to take the bull by the horns and I'm going to go ahead and make this business do what it do for me. Now, you know, hey, I will reach out to you from time to time, right? To gain some more knowledge, to gain some wisdom, to get course corrected, right? To use you as a resource, right? But I will not use you as a crutch. And that's what you should be saying to your upline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to use you as a crutch, right? So yes, though the upline may be very knowledgeable, it does not mean that you have to use the upline for every single thing.
Right.
Guess what? The upline had to call the company and find out how the underwriting works. You learn the business when you do the business. Okay?
That's
If
right.
you're in the business for at least 90 days consistently, like showing up to the meetings, because the upline should tell you about the meetings. The upline should point you in the direction of, hey, you really should be on this meeting because of our conversation and what I know about you and where you're trying to go, this person can really pour into your life. I really think you should listen to this person.
Right.
Or don't waste your time with this right now. You know what I mean? This is not really the lane you want to go in because you don't want to become a professional meeting attender. And I know several.
I know a bunch of them.
And look, and all I'm saying is, and I'm just saying that to say that, you know, you don't want to become, you don't want to get real stagnant and caught up in all of those different things. I got to learn this, I got to learn that. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's why you have the upline. Okay, look, the upline should say what you should expect from the upline is they're going to ask you, what are your goals? What are your money goals? What are you trying to achieve? Right? In the business, outside of the business, right? Because we got to be able to tie it all in because they got to know your why. Because they got to say, okay, cool, this is your why, this was going to happen. Or, hey, you know what? Your why ain't strong enough. You got to do this. Right? The upline, which you can expect that the upline to course correct you to kind of, you know, give you a little check. You know what I'm saying? Kind of, you know, you check, that ain't it. And you got to be strong enough to be able to take that, right? Because when you're being coached, when athletes are being coached, right? You know, when I played sports or whatever, as a young kid and youth, hey, you know, they were yelling, cussing, spitting in my face. Now they wasn't spitting on me on purpose. It's just how they took it. I was excited, and spit just happened to hit my nose. It happened to hit me right, you know. And I'm like, all right, okay. Usually athletes have a different mentality because they're always being coached to go to the next level, where you have a lot of soft people nowadays who don't want to be coached. They don't want to be challenged. Your upline should challenge you.
Yeah.
Right? Your upline should challenge you. You know what I'm saying? They should be a person who, you know, and I think an upline should ask, hey, look, you know, Sandra, do you mind? Do you give me permission to coach you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you give me permission to really, you know, help you, course correct you when you need it, champion you when you need it? Because here's the thing, I'm not going to take I'm not going to take credit for your success because I'm not going to take credit for your failures. However, I am going to be here to really gear you and direct you into the right direction. Now, if you allow me to coach you, cool. Then we can make this happen. If not, and like you said earlier, which is very key, your upline is coaching you based on what you told them, based on the information you were willing to share. So that's really what you can expect, man. I've never expected an upline to do every single thing for me, right? Because I'm just not that cat. Like I'm a person, right. Like if I want to know something, I'm going to go research it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the guy, like we're having a conversation. I will pull up Google right in front of you. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
You said what? That's serious.
Yeah, actually, what they saying is that's not it. They said that you were capping. Call you El Capitan. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
I will call you bluff in your face. You're not gonna tell Sandra anything. No, exactly. Sir, no ma'am.
Yeah, so you know, I really think, you know, we talk about the upline, what you should expect, man. It really should, you know, I think a lot of everything what you said, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, exposure, resources, knowledge. It should be able to challenge you. It should be able to coach you to the next level. Um, they should be able to uh, speak into your life. You know what I mean? And when I mean that, I don't mean like be your life coach, right? Yeah, I think you should have a mentor for each different sector of your life. You know what I'm saying? But also, you know, they should really want to see you win, man. I don't care if it's, you know, whatever it is in life, man. They should really champion you, no matter what it is, whether you stay with them or not, right? Whether they benefit from you or not, right? They should be a person who you can say, you know what, this person really is for me. He or she really is for the team. So, I mean, that's what I think, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but tonight, man, I mean, this was interesting. These are some good topics, you know.
Right. And look, we can go on and on. I'm like, shoot, I already got ideas for the next topic. for the next one.
That's it. That's it. And before we get out of here, guys, look, I just want to remind you all again, you can check us out. You can check us out every first and third Monday here, either on YouTube, as you see right down at the bottom, or on our Facebook page, man. Matter of fact, like, subscribe, share. Tell everybody about it. Again, that's our Facebook page, fan page. You can find that. Subscribe, become a fan. You know, not like that, guys. You know what I'm saying? But just, you know, subscribe to the page, right? Like it. You can get it in. You can ask questions. Look, it's an interactive community. Like I said, you know, you talk to us, we talk back. You know what I mean? Ask some questions. What are some things you would like for us to cover? What are some things you would like for us to discuss? And maybe we might bring you on to discuss it with us. Right. Because we want to have a little fun with this thing too. Yeah, so guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much everything. And you know, Sergeant, unless you got some words to drop on them before we leave out of here.
Nah, if you're an agent, make sure y'all dialing or knocking on some doors tomorrow.
Hey, let's get that money.
A professional meeting attender. Let's, you know, take notes, take stuff in, but implement, man. That's the best thing you can do for yourself is implement the stuff that you learn. It ain't doing no good sitting on paper or just sitting up here. That's why we share what we know. Because I mean, we use it, but we're trying to help other people too. So yeah.
Absolutely. And with that being said, you all enjoy your night or day or afternoon, whatever time you tune in and watch this thing. I'm Dennis Garland Jr.
And I'm Sandra B.
This is Drill for Skill. Peace.
Out.